This is THG News Today on THG Network. We are programming for Tuesday, July 16th. My name is Mervyn Henley, your host. Good morning to you. Today's programming is powered by Carl & Sons Unique Bakery and Thesis on Nevis. Of course, Carl & Sons Unique Bakery on St. Martin. Hey, we have a few stories for you this morning. I know that we have been following Saturday's close call where someone attempted to assassinate the former president of the United States, that Donald J. Trump. That was indeed a frightening close call on the life of the former president. And the shooter, well, he is dead. He was a young Republican, so that means he was a member of the same political party as Donald Trump. What got into him to commit such an act? We don't know, because a dead man tells no tales. But the former president is safe. Now, all around, not just in the United States, but the political rhetoric needs to be tempered down. Caribbean politicians, they love when their supporters attack others. Some Caribbean politicians, they love when their supporters attack others in a very vicious and slanderous manner. And then they wipe their mouths and go on social media and pretend they are for world peace and to play the victim. Let us have healthy discussions on the way forward for your country, but violence should never be part of the political discourse. But back to the U.S. Politics for a bit. We must not just condemn violence when there is an assassination attempt on a former president. We must condemn violence when a former president bragged that he can shoot someone on Fifth Avenue in New York City and they'll still vote for him. We must condemn violence when a former president threatened to take out his political opponents if he is re-elected. We must condemn violence when a former president sent hundreds of people to the Capitol to attack and hurt or kill members of Congress. So I pray moving forward that this former president, Donald Trump, will tone down his rhetoric and that him, Kamala Harris, and Joe Biden are kept safe. Yeah? Now, folks, we are also following stories coming out of Anguilla as it relates to gun violence. In just over a week, we have seen a robber killed, and there has been 2 murders within a week. Now, this is not good for an island that is leading many islands when it comes to visitor arrivals, and an island that has invested millions and millions of dollars in its tourism product. This is not good for an island where we have folks now moving heaven and earth to pull off the greatest summer lime. They call it homecoming, a family reunion, the reunion, Carnival 50. How do you keep thousands of your people and visitors safe? This is certainly not good for an island when the first priority for any government or for the governor, and that is national security, to keep your citizens and residents safe, and the visitors alike. You cannot allow for criminals and thugs to take over your island. Your people should not live in fear. Too many tears are flowing right now in Anguilla, and this cannot be the norm. So I encourage and appeal to the government and the British forces to use whatever is necessary to not only bring these perpetrators to justice, but to do whatever it takes to protect your people. Let me repeat that. Do whatever it takes to protect your people. Make your streets safe once again. Now we move on to information and news out of Antigua, where the police have launched an investigation following the seizure of 42 pounds of cocaine at the VC Bird International Airport on Antigua on Saturday, July 13th. The seizure was made as the police and customs officials were conducting a joint drug operation at the airport. They discovered a black suitcase with 16 vacuum-sealed packages of the controlled substance inside during the operation. The suitcase with the substance was taken to the police station for further investigation. No one has been arrested in connection with the find. The Class A drug is set to value $666,900. Almost $1 million in a suitcase. I don't know people still do that foolishness. I don't know people still try to get drugs going through an airport where the security systems are at an all-time high when it comes to technology and all of that. I don't know people still do that nonsense. Now, we are still in Antigua, and again, this is why I continue to support the Prime Minister, the Honorable Gaston Browne, because he's just an innovative visionary. Yeah? Prime Minister Gaston Browne has announced an ambitious plan to transform the area surrounding Pensioners Beach into a hub for Airbnb properties. This initiative is part of a broader effort to enhance economic opportunities for Antiguans and Barbudans while ensuring the preservation of public beach access. The government will be dividing the land around Pensioners Beach into quarter-acre lots. These lots will be made available to local citizens for the development of Airbnb properties. Prime Minister the Honorable Gaston Browne highlighted the potential for significant revenue generation through these properties, encouraging residents to take advantage of this opportunity. We are creating opportunities for our people to generate substantial income through Airbnb rentals, Browne stated. These properties do not need to be extravagant. A reasonable investment can yield significant returns. Prime Minister Browne emphasized the importance of practicality and economy in the construction of these properties. He advised potential investors to focus on building economical yet comfortable accommodations designed for rental purposes rather than personal luxury homes. This is about making money on your investment, not building a dream home. Use minimum resources to build efficient and attractive rental properties, he advised. To support this development, the government will allocate approximately 2 acres of land near Pensioners Beach for a public beach park. This park will provide ample space for recreation and parking, ensuring that beach access remains available to all residents and visitors. Prime Minister Browne cited a successful example from Dredge Bay, where a previously underdeveloped property was transformed into a beautiful and lucrative asset. This serves as an inspiration for what can be achieved at Pensioners Beach with the right investment and vision. So that's great. And that is why I believe and continue to believe and support this Prime Minister, because he's a visionary leader. He has the right mindset. He understands. And that is why he will be re-elected again for another term, a 4th term as the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda. Now, I must congratulate the Drew-led administration on something they did a few days ago. They saw the launch of the first ever investment gateway summit on St. Kitts and Nevis. And I like these kind of conferences and summits in the Caribbean, because normally you will travel to the United States and all across Europe for summits. But I like that the governments are now becoming innovative in having these summits and conferences within the Caribbean. You saw what Gaston Browne did with the SITS conference, and now you're seeing this, the first time launched on St. Kitts, the Investment Gateway Summit. The event ran from July 10th to 14th and brought together a significant number of economic citizens, investors, and industry leaders with the aim of redefining the investment landscape in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. The summit featured high-level panel discussions where a range of topics including investing in technologies for enhancing food production and security, energy and resource management, and strategies for effective due diligence and risk management were also discussed. So that is great there. The Drew-led administrative being innovative in hosting this first ever Investment Gateway Summit on the island of St. Kitts in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. And ladies and gentlemen, Buju Banton. Yes, he had a sold-out concert. He has not been in New York City for, I believe 15 years. And he had a massive sold-out concert over the weekend with 19,000 fans in attendance. In 2009, Banton was imprisoned in the United States for drug-related charges. He was deported in 2019. And upon his deportation, authorities declared he would never return to the American soil. But Buju Banton, he performed with an enthusiastic crowd, tears of joy, and people just enjoying themselves there in New York City, where 19,000 people showed up for his concert over the weekend. Sold out concert. That's Buju Banton still on his tour. And I just saw something only this morning where he'll be, well, this is far, but he'll be in St. Croix in February 2025. So that's Buju for you. Yeah? And we've reached the end of the road of our news for this morning and commentary. Do join us again tomorrow morning, God's willing, at 6 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time for a similar presentation. And folks, please remember that July 31st will be our last broadcast for at least almost 2 weeks. And that is because of all the carnival and culturama activities that are taking place, that's taken place around the Caribbean, around the islands. And of course, THG News Today, THG Network, will bring you some coverage. But of course, when there is breaking news, we'll bring that to you. Yeah? So until tomorrow morning, God's willing, my name is Mervyn Hanley. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Arlinsons have been serving the people of St. Martin for over 40 years. And the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Carl & Sons for simply the best. There are 2 locations, Colbay and on the Pondville. In Colbay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Pondville, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Carl & Sons. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Colbay location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Carl & Sons Bakery. We are here to serve you. Nevis, satisfy your sweet tooth at Feezer's, the cozy spot in Charlestown, known for its mouth-watering ice cream and dal parade. We are open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come in and sample our patties, sandwiches, air-fried wings with fries, hot dogs, rotis, and now our famous smoothies, in all flavors of course. And don't forget to try the famous bus-up shut and saltfish. It's Feezer's, located at the entrance to the Cotton Ginnery Mall in Charlestown, Nevis. They're also available by phone, so place your order by calling 1-869-665-2458. Don't ask about the rest, just try the best.